Yeah, hello to everyone. Today my agenda to deal with one of the act, Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. Okay, for better understanding of this act, I am going through some multiple choice questions, some practical problems, some theoretical questions. Okay, right now. First, I am going through some multiple choice questions. Here, Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996 applies to whole of India, including Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, we know Arbitration and Conciliation Act applies to whole of India, but Part 1, Part 3, Part 4, except Part 1, Part 3, Part 4 applies only Jammu and Kashmir only. Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, this is partly true. Right. Next, same again part 1, part 3, part 4 of Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996 shall extend to Jammu and Kashmir if for in which case that is related to international commercial arbitration. Okay, international related to international commercial arbitration. Okay, next. Dash is used to resolve disputes inside the ordinary court system, outside the ordinary court system, inside the ordinary court system. You know, any litigation related matter deals with inside court only deals. But in case of arbitration related, this is outside the ordinary, outside the court system. Okay, we know. Right, next, which are the most two common methods of alternate method of dispute resolution? Okay, arbitration and mediation. These are all two methods of alternative methods of dispute resolution. Okay, right. Next, we know dash is a method of dispute resolution involving one or more dispute resolution involving one or more neutral third person selected by disputing parties and whose decision is binding. Okay, in arbitration, the disputed parties have right to appoint arbitrators. One party appoint one arbitrator, another party appoint another arbitrator. Okay, both parties jointly appoint another arbitrator, but who has maintaining confidentiality and who has maintained any bias. We has not maintained any bias. Okay, right. uh, Next, conciliation is governed by conciliation. We know mediation is governed by Code of Civil Procedure 1908. But in case of conciliation, it is governed by Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. That we know, right? Next, uh, arbitration agreement. Arbitration agreement should be in writing only and should be clear. Should be in clear and signed both parties. Okay, in case we know, for example, bill supplier given to purchaser bill, invoice bill, but in those invoice bill, any dispute, any quality issue, or else any business related matter, only this only it covers in this jurisdiction only it covers. So that can be considered as arbitration agreement. That can be considered that is arbitration clause is there. Yeah, right. Even though without any for arbitration agreement there is no specific format. We know there is no specific format. Okay, even though it write in bills only, but it can be considered as a arbitration clause. Okay, types of arbitration agreements. We know arbitration clause 1, another one is submission agreement. Arbitration clause it regards principal contract. Okay, it is a submission agreement before any arbitration clause is there, but after arising of any dispute between those parties intend to maintain submission agreement. Okay, that we know, right? Next, yeah, arbitration agreement are required to be mandatory in writing only. Writing, even though email, suppose one party send email to other party have arbitration regarding, so it is so we can consider it is a valid arbitration agreement, because it is in writing, and also it is a correspondence through mails only. So okay, right. Next up, yeah, an important principle of arbitration, party autonomy. Party autonomy is the main principle for arbitration. Okay, right. Next up, yeah, as per Arbitration Conciliation Act 1996, okay, number of arbitrators is required. In case conciliation, maximum 3 members is required. Maximum 3 conciliators are made. But in case of arbitration, this is the right of parties. Parties may determine, but arbitrators required to be maintained hard number only, not even number. Okay, why should maintain odd number? Why should not maintain even number? Because in case two members, so here majority, here no majority is there, so that's why odd number is required, so can maintain majority of arbitrators, right? Next up, yeah, in case of domestic arbitration, international commercial arbitration, otherwise the international commercial conciliation. Okay, in such cases, nationality of arbitrator is necessary or not? So any nationality is not criteria here. Any nationality can appoint arbitrators. Okay, no nationality is required. Otherwise, we know. Right. Next, in case of appointment of new arbitrator, parties are free to approach. Okay, the parties don't know who are appoint arbitrators, but in such cases, parties are free to approach Supreme Court or High Court to appoint new arbitrators. Okay, here Supreme Court, High Court are supportive to are not interfere any it has a arbitration agreement between parties, but it has those maintain those assisted to parties. Okay, right. Next, arbitral reward. We know arbitral types of arbitral reward: final arbitral reward. So final reward, interim award, not reward, award. So final award, interim award, okay, additional award, settlement award. Okay, there are 4 types of awards. Same, the arbitral award is equal to degree of court. It's given by court. Okay, right. Next, final award. Okay, we know final award, additional award, interim award, settlement award. Okay, final award, this is binding on parties. Okay, in case additional award, after receiving a final award, the parties within 30 days approach arbitral award now, arbitral tribunal. Okay, one person may consider as a arbitral tribunal. Yeah, one person can consider as a arbitral tribunal. Arbitrator, both are used interchangeably. Both are similar to, and both are used interchangeably. Okay, right. Here arbitral tribunal, after receiving a final reward, those parties within 30 days apply to arbitral tribunal any dispute left out, without considering of any left out dispute. So again issue consideration of matters. So in such case, arbitral tribunal issue another reward, that is additional award, consideration of all left out material, left out matters. Okay, left out disputes, right? Next, Interium Award. Interium Award. Okay, it is not a final award. Okay, it is not a final award. Interim award uh, for yeah, interim award. Suppose any four disputes or four disagreement matters between parties. So up to for three issues, arbitral tribunal satisfied and issue interim award for those whatever satisfied matters, but remaining one is left out after some time, after some days, so issue another award, that is can be considered as a final award. Okay, that is interim, regarding interim award. Next, further, next yeah, we know what are the mandatory requirements for arbitral award. So we know arbitral award must be in writing, signed, and must be in writing, signed. Okay, must be reasoned, must not be illegal. Okay, must not be illegal, must not be vague. Okay, should be being of performed. Okay, right. We know these regarding arbitral award. What are the requirements? Here must be in writing. Should have signature of majority members of arbitral tribunal. Right. Next, dash is a process of getting the parties to come to an agreement about a common problem. As a process of getting the parties to come to an agreement about a common dispute through confidential discussion. We know conciliation. In case conciliation, it is a process of getting parties come to a agreement about a common problem through confidential discussion and confidential discussion and analysis. Okay, that we know, that is conciliation. Okay, conciliation. In conciliation, it is in conciliation, no non-adversarial matters. Okay, non-adversarial matters. It is regarding settlement, finality of settlement award. In conciliation, settlement award. Okay, right. Yeah, next. When the conciliation proceedings are ongoing, parties cannot start arbitration proceeding. Okay, in case conciliation, when I having a conciliation proceeding, but in such case no arbitration, no mediation cannot happen. But except in case of for preserving of rights, in such case the party goes to arbitration or mediation or approach court. Okay, right. Next, dash plays a facilitative role and attempts to guide the parties towards a solution. Okay, mediator plays a facilitative role and attempts to guide a towards a solution. Right. Next, mediation is governed by Mediation, Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. Right. The most common procedures of appointing an arbitrator. Okay, president of ICAI, president of FICCI, Federation of India, FICCI. Those parties have right to appoint arbitrators. Okay. Next, so how much time it will take to complete arbitration process? That is 12 months. Within 12 months, arbitral tribunal or arbitrator shall complete arbitration process. Okay, arbitration is a flexibility, and it takes a low cost comparing to court litigations matters. Okay, right. Yeah. First challenge must be raised before. First challenge must be raised before. Okay, where the parties shall go in case of first challenge, arbitral tribunal. Okay, arbitral tribunal. But arbitral tribunal, whatever issued by arbitral tribunal, that is arbitral award. So that is final and binding on parties. But in which cases parties can challenge arbitral tribunal, but it is incapacity must be in, right. In case the arbitral tribunal, in case of bias, another one is in case of jurisdiction. Okay, and in case of it is against to public policy. Okay, in such matters the parties can challenge arbitral tribunal and goes to, in case domestic arbitration, international commercial arbitration. Domestic arbitration goes to district court first, and then after high court. Okay, but in case of international commercial arbitration, in such case party goes to high court. Okay, right. Next, in this method of dash, parties don't compete against each other to prove themselves as correct and as others are wrong. But in case of litigation in court, me is correct, those is wrong. So that is evidence is required to prove which is wrong, which is not wrong. But in case of arbitration, no, not required any proving of any evidence. Okay, right. Here, next, particular form or template for an arbitration agreement. So no specific format or no template is required in case of arbitration agreement. Okay. Next, arbitrator can resign when they want. Yeah, arbitrator can resign and without disclosing of any reasons. Okay, right. Next, we know requestment for settlement award must be made within 30 days of receipt of final award within 30 days. Yeah. Next, nationality of arbitrator is usually relevant in nationality of arbitrator is usually relevant in international arbitration. In case of international arbitration, nationality of arbitrator is required. Next, Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996, when came into force. Okay, 22nd August 1996. Okay, 22nd August 1996, the Arbitration and Conciliation Act came into force. Okay, right. This is regarding multiple choice questions. Next, I am further going to some examples like practical problems. Okay, right. Yeah, first example. In 2014, Company A, an automobile manufacturer, entered into a joint venture agreement with Company B, the largest manufacturer of tires for supply of all-terrain tires for its latest car. Both the companies are registered under the Companies Act 2013. Okay, here given two scenarios. Scenario 1. Okay, first we need to understand this example. In 2014, Company A, an automobile manufacturer, entered into a joint venture agreement with Company B, the largest manufacturer of tires for supply of all-terrain tires for its latest car. Both of the companies are registered under the Companies Act 2013. Okay, scenario 1. The joint venture agreement carries the following clause. Okay, all disputes shall be arbitrated in Mumbai. here given the jurisdiction only whatever happen in between company A and company B, those are all disputes shall be arbitrated in Mumbai only. So here given the clause have. Next, this would be an arbitrage clause. Okay, it is contained in the principal contract and no disputes have arisen till. So it concerns future disputes that may arise. Till no dispute arise in between company and company, but this arbitration clause can future also, future disputes also, it cover future disputes also. Okay, right. Next second scenario, the joint venture agreement does not have any clause relating to arbitration. So no arbitration clause in between company A and company B, but disputes arose between the parties concerning quality of tires in 2016. To resolve this dispute, parties entered into an agreement noted that all disputes including quality of services supplied by company B to company A shall be submitted to arbitration. Okay, the parties hereby agreed to abide by the decision of the arbitrator. So such an agreement that is made after the disputes have arisen would be called a submission agreement. You know, two types of agreements. One is arbitration clause, another one is submission agreement. So this is submission agreement regarding here. Before any arbitration clause is there, but after happening of any dispute between company and company B, shall go to arbitration. In such case, it can be considered as a submission agreement. Okay, whatever told by arbitrator shall be binding by parties. Okay, right. Next, another one example. The parties had a contract with a clause that if during the continuance of the partnership or at any time afterwards, any dispute touching the partnership arises between the parties, the same shall be mutually decided by the partners or shall be referred for arbitration if the parties so determine. This would not be an arbitration agreement. Because of the need for the parties to further agree whether or not to go for arbitration. The underlined portion clearly highlights the need for further agreement between the parties. Okay, yeah, you know, consent of other party whenever given a notice to arbitrator. Okay, whenever given notice to arbitrator, it requires consent of other parties required. That is important, consent. Okay, right. Next, another example. C wants a shop in Chandni Chowk dealing in ready-made clothes. D is a supplier of clothes to C. They have been doing business for many years. No separate written contract exists between them. However, for each consignment, D issues an individual invoice to C on the basis of which payment is made. So each invoice contains the following note: all disputes pertaining to this transaction, if any, will be subject to the arbitration rules and regulations of Bharat Merchant Chamber. This is an arbitration agreement in writing. You know, even though invoice have arbitration clause, that can be considered as arbitration agreement. Next, another example. Vikram wants to start a sweet and confectionery shop and contacts Ahuja confectioners and bakers for supply of cakes. The entire communication between the parties took place over email. One of the emails received by Vikram from Ahuja bakers had, among other terms of service, the following condition: any disputes regarding quality or delivery shall be submitted to arbitration conducted under the aegis of Indian Confectionery Manufacturers Association. Okay, please place your order if the above terms and conditions are agreeable to you. Vikram placed an order. The contract should affirmed by reason of their contract. This would be an arbitration agreement in writing contained in correspondence between the parties. This is another example. Okay, right. Next, yeah. Next, now who is arbitrator? But arbitrator does not have any employee and does not have any consultant, any advisor, does not have any closely family member, and any does not have any financial interest of those parties. Okay, arbitrator should maintain confidentiality and unbiased and impartiality. Okay, those arbitrators arbitrator does not have any qualification required for appointing of arbitrator. Okay, right. Here any other questions? Here one example it will clear regarding who is the arbitrator. What are the requirements before appointing a arbitrator, right? An arbitrator. Any other questions, claim, right, matter, thing, whatsoever in any way arising of or relating to the contract designs, drawings, specifications, estimates, instructions or orders, or those conditions or failure to execute the same, whether arising during the progress of the work or after the completion, termination or abandonment thereof, the dispute shall in the first place be referred to the chief engineer who has jurisdiction over the work specified in the contract. The chief engineer shall within a period of 90 days from the date of being requested by the contractor to do so, given written notice of his decision to the contractor. Chief engineer's decision final. This is a valid arbitration agreement? No. Chief engineer is the employee of those contractors, and it does not have any confidentiality and independence. Okay, so that's why chief engineer is not qualified to act as arbitrator. Okay, yeah, in such case arbitrator shall disclose whether he has independence, confidentiality, impartiality or not. He should disclose while act as arbitrator. Okay, right. Even though, but in case of government, in case of employee, employee does not act as a arbitrator, but in case of government it is not applicable. Okay, next another one thing, the parties we know who are parties, party A, part B, you know, who are appointing as arbitrator, but that party doing previously giving a service, employee giving a service as a employee, but no, this party A, party B knows, but even though, those parties appointed that employee as a arbitrator, but next after appointing same ground parties not exercise any the employee arbitrator has not any confidentiality, does not have any independence, does not have any impartiality. Okay, other than that ground, parties can found another ground. Okay, that one we know. Next, yeah, RAS. Next one, another reference of arbitration agreement. Okay, this is possible reference of arbitration agreement. So even though parties not writing any arbitration agreement between them, but they give reference of arbitration agreement. For example, in Group E, Chimikyu, Tunisian vs Southern Pharmaceutical Industry, like that is one of the case. The respondent has placed an order of purchase of various quantities of phosphoric acid from the petitioner. Okay, the purchase order noted that the terms and conditions were to be as per the Fertilizer Association of India terms and conditions for sale and purchase of phosphoric acid. Okay, class 15 of the terms provided for settlement of disputes by arbitration. Is this a valid reference for an arbitration agreement to come into exchange? Yes. Okay, a reference of arbitration agreement possible is there. Yes, it was held by the Supreme Court of India that for a reference to constitute an arbitration agreement, that contrast should be in writing and reference should be as to make such arbitration clause a part of the contract. Both the conditions were held to be fulfilled in the present instance. Okay, right. Next, another one example. Ross Air Conditioning Services and Voltas Limited entered into a service agreement whereby RACS would provide annual maintenance services for all Voltas commercial air conditioners in the NCR region. Okay, the contract provided that in the event of a dispute between the parties, the matter would be submitted to arbitration. Okay, this is the example. Here given three scenarios given. So first scenario, at the end of the third year, the service agreement was not was not renewed. The contract terminates, and along with it arbitration agreement. We need to know when arbitration agreement terminated. When arbitration agreement terminated. Okay. When contract completed, when the closing of contract. So obviously arbitration agreement closed. Okay, right. When next up, there are four grounds, and there are four. One is mutual consent. Through mutual consent, arbitration agreement can terminated through operation of law. Another one is death of parties. Okay. Next one is termination of principal contract. In these four situations, arbitration agreement can terminated. Okay. One is death of parties. But even though death of parties, actually death of party, not termination of agreement, termination of arbitration agreement. It shall be abide by legal representatives. Okay, legal representatives. Next, mutual consent. Yeah, second scenario. At the end of the second year, the two parties enter into a new contract which replaces the existing service contract between the parties. So replace existing contract closed. So new contract entered in between parties. But in such case, arbitration agreement terminated. Okay. Next, third scenario. Voltas raises a dispute with RACS as regards quality of services provided and terminates the agreement. Here, owing to separability doctrine of separability. This is one of the main principle of arbitration, that is doctrine of separability. Okay. The arbitration agreement serves to allow parties to arbitrate their dispute. Okay, here principal contract here continued, so that's why arbitration agreement continued, and it is allowed the parties to approach arbitration in such a scenario, third scenario. But in case of first scenario, at the end of third year, contract closed, so arbitration agreement also closed. In the second scenario, old agreement, old contract closed, new contract entered, so for old contract, arbitration agreement closed for in case of old contract. Okay, but third scenario, due to quality issues, so here continued, right? Next, if there are two arbitrators, then it is possible that the two arbitrators may not agree. So in which case there would be no decision. We know arbitrators should have odd numbers, not even numbers. Next, when a joint appointment was required, another example. When a joint appointment was required, party 1 sent the following names to party 2: Sunil, Peter, Meenakshi, Iqbal and Anil. Okay, here when a joint appointment was required, okay, in such case party 1 send the following names: Sunil, Peter, Meenakshi, Iqbal, okay, and Anil. 5 names. None of them was acceptable to party 2, which sent the following names to party 1: Akram, Sakim, Sebastian, Aarti, Debasis. So party 2 send party 1 some names, 5 parties. Okay, from this list party 1 was agreeable for Samik and informed party 2. So first party 1 for joint appointment is required. In such case party 1 send 5 names to party 2, but party 2 does not agree. So party 2 send 5 names to party 1, but party 1 select one person. So in such case party 1 can be appointed as a joint arbitrator. Okay, in this case Sakim would be the arbitrator and would be considered to be jointly appointed. We know here. Next, further example. When 3 arbitrators were to be required. In this example, 3 arbitrators are required. Okay, here party 1 selected Sunil as their arbitrator. Okay, while party 2 selected Iqbal was their arbitrator. So here party 1 selected one arbitrator, party 2 selected one arbitrator. So 2 arbitrators is there. Okay, here required 3 arbitrators. The 2 arbitrators. So or the party 1, so arbitrator 1, arbitrator 2, so 2 arbitrators. Those 2 arbitrators jointly discuss the following names. Okay, Samik, Peter and Meenakshi, out of which they selected Meenakshi as the third presiding arbitrator. Okay, here is Meenakshi. So here this person presiding arbitrator. Okay, similarly where 5 arbitrators are to be, in case 5 arbitrators are required, in such case, so party 1 select 2 arbitrators, party 2 select 2 arbitrators. So 4 arbitrators jointly discuss and appoint another arbitrator, that is presiding arbitrator. We know this one, right? Next, another scenario. There is also the possibility that although the parties have selected a procedure to appoint an arbitrator, a party, person or institution may not do what is required of them under the procedure. For example, if according to the agreed procedure, the appointment of arbitrator was to be made by ICADR. ICADR means the International Center for Alternative Dispute Resolution. Okay, ICADR, the International Center Alternative Dispute Resolution. Okay, ICADR president, but such an appointment was not made. Such a situation would fall under scenario 2. Okay, next one example. Anil, who is a chartered accountant with his own independent practice, is the arbitrator in an arbitration between Tata Tea and Suzuki Limited. This is example. So the parties who are disputed parties, Tata Tea Incorporation, another one is Suzuki Limited. So here one arbitrator, that is a chartered accountant. Anil is a chartered accountant. So first scenario here, prior to starting his practice, Anil had worked for 5 years with Tata Tea Incorporation. In this situation, the law would deem Anil to be lacking independence. Okay, we know here bias is there, so no independence here, no confidentiality. So Anil give more time to Tata Tea Incorporation and arbitral award favor to Tata Tea Incorporation. Is it possible here? So possible here. So that's why Anil not qualified act as an arbitrator. Okay. Uh, Next, but I told this requirement of previous employment does not operate in equal measure when the party involved in the government. When the party involved in the government, in case of in the case of okay, in such instances, there is no automatic doubt where the arbitrator is a government employee and one of the party to arbitration is the state. But employee. But in case of this proposal, employee proposal is not apply in case of government point of view. In case party in the government not applied. You know. Next another example. Party A knew that Vikas had been an employee of Party B. It does hire and appoints or agrees to the appointment of Vikas as arbitrator. Party A cannot later challenge Vikas on the ground that he had an employee of Party B. So it can however challenge him on other grounds which had not been disclosed by Vikas. You know, once appointed knowingly employee as a arbitrator, one of the party of employee as a arbitrator, but after on same ground don't exercise employee. So here arbitrator is the employee, so don't exercise in such case, right? We know yeah, some instances which would give rise to doubts as presence of bias. Arbitrator is an employee, consultant, advisor. Arbitrator currently represents the lawyer or law firm acting as counsel for one of the parties. He is arbitrator closely member of arbitrator, and arbitrator is the legal representative of entity. Arbitrator has a previous involvement in such case. So this is bias regarding whether bias is there or not. For finding of such bias, these are all the matters. Next, what are the duties and liabilities of arbitrator? You know, conduct the arbitral proceedings without any delay and remain at all times impartial, keep all matters concerning arbitral confidential, and ensure that the award and all the other decisions comply with the legal requirements. Okay, avoid unilateral communication with one party. These are all duties and liabilities of arbitrator. Okay, next, termination, removal and substitution of arbitral tribunal. Okay, arbitrator voluntarily can leave and through. Another one is operation of law, and another one is when all the parties agree to remove arbitral tribunal. Another one is when the court decides that the arbitrator should be removed. That one we know. Next, another one example. Rahul was a member of a 3-person arbitral tribunal to adjudicate a dispute between Delhi Incorporation, Microsoft and Intel Incorporation. Okay, Rahul was appointed by Microsoft. He had on earlier occasion been associated as a software consultant with Microsoft. When the arbitration proceedings were ongoing, and on 2 occasions Rahul privately met with Microsoft lawyers and failed to inform either other arbitrators or parties about the meeting or the contents of the meeting. It was also observed that Rahul adopted an unduly harsh attitude towards representatives of Dell and Intel, all the while remaining extremely friendly with Microsoft representatives and lawyers. Here in this case, Rahul can be challenged on grounds of bias. His previous association and actions during the proceedings clearly point to his tendency to favor Microsoft above other parties. Okay, assume that Rahul was removed. Yeah, a new arbitrator has to be appointed. In such a situation, the original method, Microsoft making the appointment, would apply again. Okay, previously Microsoft only appoint Rahul as an arbitrator, but even though removing of Rahul, so again Microsoft has appoint another new arbitrator. Okay, that is the facility is there. If however Microsoft fails to make an appointment, the other parties can approach the court to fill the vacancy. In case Microsoft does not appoint any arbitrator, so in such case remaining parties can approach Supreme Court or High Court to appoint a new arbitrator. Okay, we know in case of domestic arbitration, approach High Court. In case of international commercial arbitration, can approach Supreme Court. That we know. Next, yeah. Arbitral award. What is the time limit for challenge? What is the time limit for challenging of arbitral award? Okay, within 3 months. Within 3 months from the date of receipt of arbitral award, a party can challenge award. Okay, but further extend 30 days, not more than 30 days. Okay, timeline refers to when a challenge against arbitral award can be raised. The law notes an initial time period of 3 months from when the award is received by party, with a maximum extension of 30 days, 30 more days by the court. Arbitrability. So in case of matrimonial matters, any criminal activities, okay, testamental activities, okay, those are all not dealt by arbitration. Those are not dealt by arbitration. Here only civil cases. Arbitrability. Okay. Here one example. The award was rendered on 1st January 2017. Therefore, the award can be challenged by 31st March. 1st January. So within 3 months. So January, February, March. This date can be extended by another 30 days on application to the court. That is till 30th April 2017. This can be no further extensions. That is the example we know. Next. Okay, we know requirements of an arbitral tribunal must be in writing, must not be vague, must not be illegal. Okay, should be being of performed. Oh, right, must be a decision by majority. These are all the requirements. So for one example, the award notes the arbitral tribunal finds that Sunil was required to deliver the goods to Anil at the rates which had been fixed in 2015 and not 2016. Owing to refusal to provide goods at the agreed rates, Anil was forced to find a settlement different supplier. Anil, as a consequence, suffered losses to the tune of 2 crores. Sunil's actions were clearly in violation of the agreement between them. It added the following lines. Okay, scenario 1. Here, there are two parties here, Sunil and Anil. So, Sunil is a supplier and Anil is a buyer from this case. So, the rates fixed in 2015 and 2016. So, court given the arbitrator, here arbitrator given must be in writing, must not be vague. So, for this one, this is the example for must not be vague. So, here first scenario, Sunil should compensate Anil. Here given only arbitral award should not be, must not be vague. So here Sunil should compensate Anil. So here not clear. So how much amount need to pay to Anil by Sunil, and in which date and in which manner. So you are not given any details. Second, this is first scenario, so it is not clear. Next, second one, Sunil should pay Anil 2 crores in 2 installments. So in which manner need to pay by Sunil? Arbitral award content scenario. Second scenario, Sunil should pay Anil 2 crores in 2 installments because Anil have lost 2 crores. So you are not clear. So third scenario, Sunil should pay Anil 2 crores within 2 weeks from the date of award along with the 10% interest. Failure to do so will attract additional 2% per day interest on the outstanding amount till the amount is finally paid. Payment should be done either through RTGS or through a demand draft. So this is the very clear information. So arbitral award must not be vague, must be in writing, signed, okay, dated, okay, must not be illegal, must be a decision by majority. So for those matters, this is the example for getting of full information. Next, next in case party challenging the arbitral award, so he can approach court. So when court the challenge that arbitral award can set aside or modify or remit back to the arbitral tribunal or confirm. There are 4 challenges. Consequence of challenge. There are 4 consequences for challenge. What are the consequences? Set aside that arbitral award or else modify, confirm, remit back to the arbitral tribunal. Okay. Next, reviewing the award. Next one is appeal or review the award. Review, there are 7 grounds. In 7 grounds, first set of grounds, second set of grounds. First set of grounds, in case party is under incapacity, invalid arbitration agreement, okay, party is not given proper notice about appointment of arbitrator or arbitral proceedings. The award deals with disputes not submitted to arbitration. Arbitral tribunal or procedure was not in accordance with the necessary requirements under the law. That is the first set of grounds. There are 5. In case second set of ground, there are 2. One is against public policy of India. Another one is jurisdiction related. The subject matter of the dispute is not capable of settlement by arbitration. That is arbitrability. Another example. Prakash and Rumi are business partners. Their partnership firm, Fruit and Flowers, are dealers in fresh fruits and exotic flowers. Their client include various high-end hotels, marriage venues and other institutions in and around Delhi. They have standing orders from many for daily supply of flowers, both exotic and otherwise. One of their regular clients in Orient Decorators in Gargan, which specializes in flower decorations. Okay, over the years it has built a name for itself in the business of flower decorations at marriage venues. Fruits and Flowers and Orient Decorators have had business dealings for many years. Okay, in 2016, Fruits and Flowers was sold by Prakash and Rumi to Sanjay. Okay, Fruits and Flowers was sold by Prakash and Rumi to Sanjay. One of the first things that Sanjay did after taking over was to drastically increase price for exotic flowers. One of the clients that was most hit was Orient Decorators, because they had already taken several orders based on previous pricings of Fruits and Flowers. The increased pricing meant that Orient Decorators would incur substantial loss. Being the peak of marriage season, Orient Decorators requested Fruits and Flowers to honor their long-standing business relation and provide flowers at earlier prices. Sanjay refused outright, but agreed to have the matter conciliated. The conciliation proceedings started next day. Sanjay, however, refused to provide flowers unless the higher rate was paid. Okay, in this scenario, what could Orient decorators have done to ensure they continue to receive exact flowers required by them to fulfill their orders? You know, under section 77 of Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996, in case of actually in case whenever conciliation proceedings is there, so in such case no arbitration proceedings and no court proceedings exercised by parties. But in case for preserving of right, in such case for preserving of right, the party can exercise arbitral proceedings or court. So in such case here, before Orient decorators maintain a long-lasting business relationship with fruits and flowers. So Orient decorators, for preserving of his right, so approach court. Court can favor favor to Orient decorators. So right here, Orient decorators could approach the court for interim measures, whereby till the conclusion of conciliation proceedings, it could request the court to direct Sanjay to continue providing flowers at the lower rate. So the court would have the power to grant the requested measure of protection on such conditions as it deems appropriate. Right? Next, we know what is the difference between mediation and conciliation. What is the difference between arbitration and mediation? Okay, mediation, here mediator plays a facilitative role and attempts to guide the parties towards a solution, but in case of conciliator plays a more proactive role. Okay, he acts as a facilitator, evaluator and intervener. Next, here the outcome is an agreement between the parties, but here conciliation, that is settlement agreement. Okay, next we know mediation is governed by Code of Civil Procedure, but in case of conciliation, that is Arbitration and Conciliation Act. That's one we know. Next, in case what is the difference between litigation and arbitration? Litigation, it takes place in court, but arbitration takes place any place decided by parties. Okay, here judge is assigned by the court, but here parties appoint arbitrators. Okay, next, court decisions are subject to numerous appeals, but here only arbitral awards can be challenged on very limited grounds. This one we know. Next, how many authorities in Arbitration and Conciliation Act? There are three authorities. One is judicial authority. Next one is court. Judicial authority, nothing but quasi judicial proceedings like courts, special courts. Court. Next, other Supreme Court, High Court, or any designated person or institution. We know that one. Right. Next, one example. Party A and Party B entered into a contract for construction of apartments. The contract contained an arbitration agreement whereby all disputes between the parties would be submitted for arbitration by an arbitral tribunal having 3 arbitrators. In such a case, the arbitrators could all be from different disciplines and having expertise. For example, arbitrators could be a lawyer. There is no qualification required for act as arbitrator. Maybe a lawyer, but generally it has some experience in law, finance, lawyer or architect, interior designer, civil engineer, academic, government servant. The parties therefore can choose almost anyone as arbitrator. Okay, right. So this is Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. Okay, I hope it is useful you. Please subscribe my channel. Please like it, comment and share it. Please take you on my channel. Thank you.